Daily feeding is one of those chores that never goes away.
No matter how busy life gets, it still has to happen.
It does. And when you work full time, feeding often happens at the end of a long and sometimes stressful workday.
Yep. So today we want to walk you through how our daily feeding systems work and why it fits in the season of life that we're in.
Hey, y'all. Welcome back to STA Farms. If you're new here,
I'm Aaron.
and I'm Brandy.
We homestead on a small farm while both working full-time jobs off the farm.
Right. And this video is part of our Homesteading Over 40 series.
So when we think about daily feeding, we don't just think about the feed.
No, we have to think about time, we have to think about energy and consistency.
Yep. Because daily chores can either wear you down or they can fit into your life.
And we needed feeding to fit into our life.
Right. And one of the biggest decisions that we made was where that feeding happens.
Right. So we feed inside the barn.
Yep. The cattle come into an open section you can see right here behind my shoulder.
Come on, girls. No.
That's where they eat.
And we stay in the driveway of the barn.
Right where we're standing.
Yep.
So the cows reach their heads through the partitions that's here on this side of our barn and eat out of troughs that's actually over into the driveway of the barn.
So we never have to get into the pen with them.
Right. And that makes feeding safer and a lot less stressful.
Especially after a long work day. Yeah.
So another benefit to that is that everything stays dry.
So the barn, it protects us from the weather.
Yep. So whether it's raining outside, snowing, extremely cold, wind blowing, whatever, that doesn't change how the feeding works.
And feed stays stored right here in the barn.
Yep, easy access. So that means that we're not hauling feed across the yard or going long distances just to get it to the cattle.
We're not having to fight and walk through the mud.
And we all know about winter mud.
Yeah.
And we're not changing clothes when we get in from work just to feed.
That means no boots and no coveralls.
Right, because we stay out of the mud and in the dry. We can feed in what we wore to work that day.
And that sounds small, but it makes a big difference.
It makes a huge difference. It removes friction.
And friction is what causes people to either skip chores or dread doing them at all.
Right, and we've all been there. You get home from work after a long day, you sit down, you don't want to get back up, and that's okay. But most evenings, Brandy, she handles the feeding.
And by the time I get home from work, I just want feeding to be simple.
Right, and this setup, this system, it makes that possible.
It's quick, it's controlled, and it's predictable.
It's very predictable. So we try to feed at the same time every day.
Right. Cattle thrive on a routine.
I know it's hard to believe, but they get used to a schedule. They learn the schedule.
They do. And they usually will see me coming down the driveway.
Yep. And when they see her come down the driveway, they'll meet her at the barn.
Exactly. So feeding stays calm.
There's no rushing, there's no pushing, none of that.
Exactly. The cattle know where to go and they know exactly what to do.
They know they want to eat grain. Now guys, listen, life isn't perfect.
Sometimes feeding has to happen at a different time of the day.
It does, and that's okay, but we try to do that very often. We try to do that very often at all.
The cattle, they know our feed call.
And they recognize the bucket. If we try to call them in at an odd time during the day, a lot of times they'll come, but if they don't, once they see that bucket shake, they run.
Right. So our system still works even when timing changes.
Correct. And the only time that we skip daily feeding is when we're going to be working the cattle up the next morning.
Because morning is not our normal feeding time.
No, and the cows know that. But if they wasn't fed the night before, usually when we go down and call them in the morning, they come right up because they think, hey, you didn't feed us yesterday, give us our food.
Right. And that helps everything run smoothly still.
And that is huge, especially when you're trying to work up cattle. So That's why this feeding system connects directly to how we work our cattle up.
It's all part of the same routine.
And as we stated earlier, cattle, they thrive on a routine. Nothing is random on this farm.
Nothing at all. And nothing relies on rushing.
Or pushing, because that's where you get in trouble.
Yes.
So as we've gotten older, this matters a whole lot more.
We want a system that's going to protect us and our animals.
Correct. Systems that work when we're tired.
Right. And systems that we can keep up with long term.
Long term. That is the deal. We
Yep.
want it would last long term. So we're not saying this is the only way to feed.
We're not, but it's what works for us in our season of life.
And that's what we wanted to share in this series.
Real systems for real schedules.
Right. And if you're homesteading over 40 and balancing chores with a full-time job, we hope this helps.
We do. And if you're just getting started, we hope it gives you some ideas that you can build something that's sustainable with.
So if this kind of content is helpful, make sure that you're subscribed and hit that like button.
And also, let us know in the comments what part of a daily feeding routine you have.
Or maybe one you'd like to see us say more about ours.
Yeah.
Guys, listen, we really appreciate y'all watching. And as always,
We'll see you in the next one.
bye.
Bye.